chapter 12. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married. For he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, Hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Hath he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. So what are we being told right here? Moses, he had a wife, but he's been married to her for 40 years at this point. And it really does seem peculiar, even irrational, that Miriam and Aaron would be complaining about such a marriage after 40 years. It seems probable that Zipporah was dead, his first wife, and that Moses had married one of the African Cushites who had accompanied the Israelites in their march out of Egypt, or one of the Cushites who dwelt in Arabia, and who were found at this time in the neighborhood of Sinai. Such marriages were not forbidden by the law, which prohibited marriage with the Canaanites. Moses, he'd be free to marry whoever he liked, just as long as it wasn't one of these evil Canaanites. And believe it or not, it's pretty much across the board agreed, which kind of shocked me how Moses remarried. And both of these were Gentile women. He marries 2 Gentile women, it's believed. We know he marries one. The Christian fathers note in the successive marriage of Moses with a Midianite and an Ethiopian foreshadowing of the future extension of the Gentiles of God's covenant and its promises. And in the complaining of Miriam and Aaron, a type of the discontent of the Jews because of such extension. And notice how Miriam is mentioned before Aaron, so she is the leader in these complaints, and she likely influenced Aaron. Aaron, his character appears to be easily influenced, much weaker in character than that of Moses. Moses, he stands firm in pretty much everything almost, except for whenever the Lord's speaking to him. But they complain, hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Because Miriam is known as a prophetess, and Aaron, he played just as big a role in Egypt as Moses did. And they were most likely angry because Moses had mixed the holy seed, to which they had not done. And just a real quick note, let's look at the familial stance of these 3. It was hard for them both, Aaron and Miriam, to forget that Moses was only their younger brother. For Miriam, that she had saved his life as an infant. For Aaron, that he had been as prominent as Moses in the original commission from God to the people. So there are likely a great many factors behind them being upset with Moses right here. Now the man Moses was very meek, above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses, and unto Aaron, and unto Miriam, Come out ye 3 unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they 3 came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud, and stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth, and he said, Hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I the Lord will make myself known unto him in a vision, and will speak unto him in a dream. Aaron and Miriam, in vaunting their claim to equality, imitated the action of Moses, and entered with him, and they were then summoned to come forth to hear the Lord's oracle. His previous command, Come out ye 3 unto the tent of meeting, was a challenge to Aaron and Miriam to do as Moses did and to experience the result. You all want to be in Moses' spot? All right. So the Lord is speaking about giving dreams unto prophets and speaking unto prophets, but he goes on and he exalts Moses above that. My servant Moses is not so, he says, who is faithful in all mine house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth, even apparently, and not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Wherefore then were ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? This passage is referred to in Hebrews chapter 3 in the New Testament, where it is understood to mean that Moses was faithful in such a way that his influence, like that of a trusted servant, extended over the whole of the old dispensation as that of Christ the Son does over the new. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed. And the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Notice how Miriam becomes leprous, not Aaron. Either because she was first or chief in the transgression, or because God would not have his worship either interrupted or dishonored, which it must have been if Aaron had been leprous. But notice how she's white as snow upon this. In an ordinary and gradual leprosy, When it was all white, the man was clean. See, leprosy, it doesn't turn your skin white. It's only whenever it begins to heal that it's white. But this is a very severe case of leprosy. But in an extraordinary case, such as this, and which was immediately from God, and at once, in this case, it was a sign it was incurable. And Dr. Henry Morris, he had a rather unique remark whenever he stated, "There may be an ironic note in this judgment with Miriam's sudden whiteness, contrasting with the dark-skinned woman she had criticized. More likely, however, her complaint was that Moses had married outside the nation of Israel, and she was trying to use this as an excuse to usurp Moses' place of leadership. And Aaron said unto Moses, Alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb." Now let's not pass over the significance of what Aaron is likening this leprosy to. It must have been incredibly difficult to even behold. The leper was as one dead in two respects. One, as being shut out from his brethren, and two, as causing ceremonial defilement in the case of those who were brought into contact with him, similar to that which was caused by touching a dead body. In the most severe types of leprosy, there was a dissolution little by little of the whole body, so that one limb after another actually decayed and fell away like a dead person. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, Heal her now, O God, I beseech thee. And the Lord said unto Moses, If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days, and after that let her be received in again. Now what is believed that the Lord means right here? If her father had but spit in her face, should she not be ashamed 7 days? It was the distinctive note of public disgrace inflicted by one who had a right to inflict it, like a father to a daughter. If a father is so ashamed of his daughter's character or something that she's done, how she's grown up, whatever, he spits in her face. In the case of a father, it meant that he was thoroughly ashamed of his child and judged it best, which would be only in extreme cases, to put his child to shame before all the world. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days, and the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. And afterward the people removed from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran.